Discover has announced their 5% cashback categories for 2023, and we're going to talk about that in this video. We're also going to go over how you can get up to $600 of cash back from using this card with having no annual fee. What's up, guys? My name is Chase, and this is a penny pincher's guide to personal finance. We'll jump right into this video. So in the past, Discover has actually released their cashback categories for each quarter at the beginning of the year. But as of right now, they're going to start giving them out up to a month before each quarter, so that you will have to look each month and have to activate them each month so that you can utilize that 5% cashback category. So they did just release their first quarter cashback category as the grocery stores, drugstores, and select streaming services. So what this means is that from January 1st to March 31st of 2023, you will receive 5% cashback on these categories up to a $1,500 in spend. Yes, the caveat is that after that $1,500 in spend, your 5% will drop to 1%. Now, another exclusion is that it will not count at Target or Walmart. And yes, this will also count for the point that if you go to Costco or if you go to Sam's Club, it will not transfer and you will not receive that 5% cash back at these stores. This typically speaks with like other cards out there where it has to be a local store or just a chain grocery store like Smith's, Kroger's, Food Lion, things like that. And as for drugstores, on a typical basis, pretty much every drugstore out there is going to meet into this category, so we're not going to dive too deep into that. As for the streaming services, there are a pretty extensive list on their website that they do list out, and in the past they have covered Netflix and Hulu, but for right now we're not exactly sure if Netflix and Hulu is on this list. I do suspect that this streaming list is going to be a little bit more restricted because it's not listing every single one out there. We're not seeing some of the bigger players like Netflix and Hulu, although there are some other big players out there like Amazon, Apple Music and TV, HBO, and YouTube. Now, they don't explicitly say Netflix or Hulu, but this doesn't say that in the future they won't come out with a more specific list that lists these out when that next quarter comes up. Now, one big thing associated with the Discover It card in these categories is that you will have to go and activate it on a quarterly basis. If you don't do that, then you will only be receiving the 1% cash back that you'll get on everything else when you use this card. Now, I do want to remind you that Discover is only going to activate and show you your new quarterly cash back up to a month before that quarter begins. Now, this is very different than what they have done in the past, and I think that they are trying to compete with the Chase Freedom Flex, where as with the Chase Freedom Flex, they are doing it on a quarterly basis and showing it shortly before that point, whereas the Discover It card was giving it out on a full year basis. And so I think the Chase Freedom Flex was able to adjust their spending categories to kind of combat that and look a little bit more competitive compared to them. Now, my overall thought on this card is that this is a great card for the average consumer out there that does not typically only shop at Target and Walmart. Generally speaking, most consumers out there are going to be going to a local grocery store and buying their groceries and would for sure within that first quarter spend up to $1,500 and get that full cashback benefit. And especially because there's no annual fee, most people would benefit from doing this, and then if they hit that $1,500 cap, moving on to a different card to continue to get great benefits. So like I said earlier in this video, you can get up to $600 a year, and how I calculate that out is that with this $1,500 per quarter of spend and you get 5% cash back, that will be $75. And if you take that $75, multiply it by 4 for all 4 quarters, and then you will then double it, because for the Discover It card in your first year of having this card, if you max out your cash back, they will actually match what you put in for that first year, and then you'll get it too. So it's 75 times 4 times 2. And that will give you up to $600 worth of cash back if you utilize that full 5%. Now, I do think this is a great option, but there are other great cards out there that may come along with an annual fee. One of those that I do really recommend is going to be the AMEX Blue Cash Preferred card that I did do a quick review on. If you're interested in something like that where you can get 6% cash back on your groceries, then I'm going to leave a link right there. We'll see you next time, and just remember, we're here from your first penny to your first million.